Thunder taking on the Grizzlies. Thunder struggling on defense. Tyler Dorsey would score 21. Grizzlies would beat the Thunder playing without Mike Conley. Thunder lose it by a dozen. So you got the Thunder losing a game they shouldn't last night. You got the Sixers losing a game they shouldn't last night. You have the Celtics who are suddenly nosediving. You have the Warriors who lose an inexplicable game the other night. You have all these teams that we think are good that are suddenly playing badly down the stretch. My question to you is, are all of these teams already thinking about the playoffs, or are there legitimate concerns with some of these contenders going down the stretch?
They're legitimate concerns, and that's going to be the beauty of the NBA playoffs, just like we're seeing in the NCAA tournament. Even though you're a great team, you have all-star level players, MVP candidates, there are a lot of teams that are flawed. The one team you did not mention was the Milwaukee Bucks, because they've been consistent the entire year. There have been injuries to factor in, but that's what's going to create a lot of intrigue come the playoffs.
You know another team he didn't mention, the Los Angeles Clippers. They've won 9 out of the last 10 games. Their schedule's been really weak, so that kind of benefits them. But to your point, only 3 out of the 8 teams in the Eastern Conference in the last 10 games have a winning record. I mean, that's playoff mode has not been activated for anybody. Not LeBron and not for anybody else so far. And I think when it comes down to teams, certain teams will be able to turn it on. The Warriors can turn it on. They lost that game against the Mavericks over the weekend.
Right.
Steph didn't play in the game. But overall, I just think the 76ers, yeah, there's concerns. Celtics, yeah, there's concerns. Toronto, I think you're going to start to have some concerns as well.
Are you concerned about the Warriors? Steve Kerr said it is more important to us to be healthy and at our best when we get to the playoffs than it is to get the 1 seed, which, A, was a little bit disappointing to hear as one who's trying to pay attention to this regular season. But are you concerned about them at all?
If we're talking concerns, the only 2 teams I'm not worried about are the Bucks and the Warriors. Yeah. I think that they kind of have their identities, and therefore they'll be able to turn it on come playoff time.
All right, we'll see. So right now we're struggling a little bit with those, and we'll see if any of them wind up turning it on in time for the playoffs and how much that actually matters. Home court advantage, we'll see if these teams start playing for that.
How can OKC in particular, this is a team that 10 games ago essentially was the 3 seed, 4 seed in the Western Conference. Now they're at the 8th. They're going to make the playoffs because the Kings aren't going to win enough games. But if you're OKC, are you happy with that?
No, you're not happy with that. And here's the one thing that I always want to see when I watch them play. Paul George has elevated himself. Russell Westbrook has been an MVP. I need them to get Steven Adams more involved. I think as an offensive player, he could score more. I think he could rebound more. I think if they created a big 3, it would help their dynamic. And also, they struggle shooting the ball from the perimeter.